Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Class, where learning English is simple and fun. I'm Marco.
And I'm Erica. Hi, everyone. It's so wonderful to have you here today. Do you know that feeling when you want to ask something in English, but you freeze? You have the question in your head in your language, but when you try to say it in English, the words come out wrong. Where you live, or you have time. You know something is wrong, but you're not sure what. So you stay quiet. You miss the chance to connect, to learn, to get the information you need.
What if asking questions became automatic? What if you could walk into any situation and confidently ask, "Where's the bathroom?" Or, "Could you help me?" Or, "What time does the store close?" What if you never had to worry about question structure again? Today, we're going to change that. We'll learn the simple patterns for asking questions in English. We'll practice yes/no questions, what questions, and polite questions. No complicated grammar rules. Just clear, practical English you can use immediately in real conversations.
Ready to change your life? Ready to ask questions with confidence? Let's begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Class, where learning English is simple and fun. I'm Marco.
And I'm Erica. Hi, everyone. It's so great to have you here today.
Erica, I'm really excited about today's episode. We're talking about questions.
Questions. That's such an important topic. You know, when I was learning Spanish, I had so much trouble with questions. I would say things like, "You speak English?" instead of, "Do you speak English?"
Exactly. That's a common mistake. In English, questions have a special structure. It's different from statements.
Right. And today, we're going to teach everyone the simple patterns so they can ask questions correctly and confidently.
So everyone, grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's learn how to ask great questions in English. Okay, Erica, let's start with the basics. Why do students struggle with questions in English?
Well, Marco, in many languages, you can make a question just by changing your voice. You go up at the end, like in French, tu parles anglais? Just say it with a rising tone.
Right. But in English, we don't just change the tone, we change the word order. We move things around.
Exactly. So if you say, "You speak English?" with a question mark, native speakers will understand you. But it sounds strange. It's not correct grammar.
The correct way is, do you speak English? See, we added do at the beginning.
And that's what confuses students. When do I add do? When do I add is or are? When do I use can or will?
Great questions. And today we're going to answer all of them. We'll break it down into simple patterns.
First, we'll teach yes, no questions. Those are questions where the answer is yes or no. Like, do you like coffee? Yes, I do, or no, I don't.
Then we'll teach WH questions. If you don't know, those are questions that start with what, where, when, who, why, and how.
And finally, we'll teach you polite questions. Because asking politely is so important in English culture.
So, let's start with yes, no questions.
All right, everyone, let's talk about yes, no questions. These are the most common questions in English.
So, what's the pattern? For present simple questions, we use do or does.
Right. Let me explain. If you don't know, do is for I, you, we, they, and does is for he, she, it.
Perfect. So here's the pattern. Do, does, plus subject, plus verb. Let me show you with examples. Do you speak English? Do they live in New York? Does she like coffee? Does he work here? Do we need tickets?
Notice the verb after the subject is always in the base form. We don't say, does she likes coffee? We say, does she like coffee?
Great point. This is a common mistake. The S goes on does, not on the verb.
Now let's practice. Marco, do you like pizza?
Yes, I do. I love pizza. See everyone? She asked, do you like pizza? And I answered, yes, I do.
Perfect. Now I'll ask another one. Marco, does your brother speak English?
Yes, he does. He speaks English very well.
Great. Now what about the past? For past simple questions, we use did for everyone.
Right. The pattern is did plus subject plus base verb. Examples. Did you sleep well? Did she call you yesterday? Did they finish the work? Did he go to the party?
Again, notice the verb is in the base form. We say, did you sleep? Not, did you slept?
This is very important. The past tense marker is already in did, so the main verb stays in base form.
Let me give you a real example. Yesterday, I went to a new restaurant. My friend asked me, did you like it? Notice, did you like, not did you liked.
Perfect example. Now, let's talk about negative questions. Sometimes we ask negative questions like, don't you like coffee? Or didn't you go to the party?
Yes, these are interesting. We use them when we're surprised or when we expect a yes answer.
For example, don't you have a car? Means I think you have a car, but I'm surprised you're not using it.
Right. The pattern is don't, doesn't, didn't, plus subject plus verb. Don't you work on Mondays? Doesn't she live near you? Didn't they tell you about the meeting?
These are common in conversation, so it's good to recognize them. Now let's talk about questions with the verb to be. This is actually easier because we don't need do.
Right. With be, we just switch the subject and the verb. If you don't know, switch means we change the position.
So, statement, you are happy. Question, are you happy? Statement, she is at home. Question, is she at home? Statement, they were tired. Question, were they tired?
See the pattern? We just move the verb to the front. Here are more examples. Is it raining? Are you ready? Was the movie good? Were they late? Am I late? For I.
This is much simpler than do, does, did questions, right?
Yes. Now let's talk about modal verbs. Modal verbs are words like can, could, will, would, should, may, might, must.
With modal verbs, we also just switch the order. We don't need do.
Right. The pattern is modal plus subject plus verb. Let me give you examples. Can you help me? Could you repeat that? Will you come to the party? Would you like some coffee? Should I call her? May I ask a question?
These are so useful in daily life. Let me tell you a story. Last week, I was in a coffee shop. I wanted to ask for help, so I said to the barista, can you recommend a good coffee?
Perfect question. You used can you to ask politely.
Yes. And she said, sure. Would you like something strong or mild? She used would you like, also a polite question with a modal verb.
Great example. Now, one important thing about can and could. Both are correct, but could is more polite.
Right. Can you help me is fine, but could you help me? Sounds more polite and formal.
Same with will and would. Will you come? versus would you come? The second one is softer and more polite.
Now let's practice. Erica, can you speak Spanish?
Yes, I can. I studied it for 3 years. Now my turn. Marco, would you like to travel to Japan?
Yes, I would. I would love to visit Tokyo. See, everyone? We're using modal verbs naturally in conversation.
Perfect. Now let's talk about present continuous and present perfect questions.
For present continuous, the pattern is am as they are plus subject plus verbing.
Are you working today? Is she coming to the meeting? Am I speaking too fast?
And for present perfect, have slash has plus subject plus past participle.
Have you seen this movie? Has he finished his homework? Have they arrived yet?
These are more advanced, but the pattern is the same. We switch the auxiliary verb and the subject.
Great. Now let's move to DOH questions. Now let's talk about DOH questions. These are questions that ask for information, not just yes or no.
Right? The question words are what, where, when, who, why, which, and how.
The pattern is wa, word plus do or does or did plus subject plus verb. Or what word plus am is our plus subject for be questions. Let me show you. What do you do? Asking about your job. Where do you live? When does the store close? Why did you call me? How do you make this?
Notice we still use do, does, did after the watch word.
Right. Common mistakes. Don't say where you live. Say where do you live. Don't say what you want. Say what do you want.
Now, with be verbs, it's simpler. Where are you? What is your name? Who is that person? How are you?
See? We just put the WH word before the be verb.
Now, who questions are special. When who is the subject, we don't use do. For example, who called you? Not who did call you. Who made this cake? Not who did make this cake.
That's because who is already the subject. It's like asking, someone called you. Who was it?
Exactly. But if who is the object, we use do. Who do you love? Who did you see?
This is a bit advanced, but it's good to know.
Now, let's talk about polite questions. This is so important in English speaking cultures.
Yes, we use special phrases to be polite, especially when asking strangers or in formal situations.
Here are the most common polite question forms. Could you could you help me? Would you mind? Would you mind opening the window? May I may I ask a question? Can I can I use your phone? Do you mind if I Do you mind if I sit here?
Airy. Let me tell you when I use these. If I'm in a store and I need help, I say, "Excuse me, could you help me find something?"
Perfect. That's so polite. And if someone asks you, "Would you mind?" Be careful with your answer.
Oh, yes. This confuses people. If someone says, "Would you mind opening the window?" and you say yes, it means you do mind. You don't want to do it.
Right. The correct answer is no. Not at all. Or no, of course not. That means you're happy to do it.
This is tricky. Would you mind? Is asking if it bothers you. So no means it doesn't bother you.
Great explanation. Now let's also talk about indirect questions. These are super polite.
Instead of, "Where is the bathroom?" you can say, "Could you tell me where the bathroom is?" Instead of, "What time is it?" you say, "Do you know what time it is?"
Notice the word order changes. We say where the bathroom is. not where is the bathroom in the indirect question.
This is advanced, but it makes you sound very polite and natural.
All right, everyone. We've covered so much today. Now, how do you practice?
Great question, Marco. Here's your homework for this week.
First, write 5 yes no questions using do, does. For example, do you like chocolate? Practice the structure.
Second, write 5 watch questions. Use different question words: what, where, when, who, why, how. For example, where do you study English?
Third, practice asking polite questions. Think of 3 situations where you need to ask for help. Write the polite question. For example, could you help me with this?
And here's a fun challenge. In the comments below, ask us a question. Any question. Use correct question structure.
For example, Marco, do you like sports? Or Erica, where do you live?
We'll answer every question in the comments. It's great practice for you, and we love talking with you.
Remember, the key to mastering questions is practice. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Exactly. Every time you ask a question, you're improving. Even if the structure isn't perfect, people will understand you.
And the more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Soon, you won't even think about it.
So, will you practice this week? See what I did? I asked a question.
Ha! Good one. Yes, everyone. Will you practice? Well, Erica, I think we covered everything about questions today.
We did. We talked about yes no questions with do, does, did, questions with be and modal verbs, watch questions, and polite questions.
I hope everyone feels more confident now. Being able to ask questions is essential for communication.
Absolutely. When you can ask questions, you can get information, make friends, solve problems, and learn new things.
So, before we go, remember, ask us questions in the comments. We want to hear from you.
Yes. And tell us, what was the most useful thing you learned today? Was it the do does structure, the polite questions?
We really want to know. And don't forget to subscribe to Easy English Class so you never miss a lesson.
Hit the like button if this lesson helped you. Share it with your friends who are learning English.
Thank you so much for being here today. Keep asking questions, keep learning.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. Keep practicing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. See you next time.